It provides you with greater protection, more flexibility, and more confidence in your retirement.
Call 1-800-660-9362 now for your free information kit, including a complete reverse mortgage guide and DVD, personal stories from real borrowers, and a helpful family guide. Call 1-800-660-9362 for your free info kit today.
The fact is, a reverse mortgage is a proven way to turn your home's equity into cash. It's that simple. Facts usually are. You see, there's a lot of money just sort of sitting in your home, and AAG can help you use that equity to pay off some bills, eliminate your existing mortgage, fund your retirement, live a better life.
Call 1-800-660-9362 now to receive an info kit, including a reverse mortgage guide, DVD, and a new family guide. Call 1-800-660-9362.
AAG offers a range of reverse mortgages, and they'll help you find the one that best suits your family's needs. You can even get a line of credit that grows over time and allows you to use the money whenever you need it. Makes a lot of sense to me. Get all the facts. In the kits, you'll receive a helpful 3-part guide. The first will show you how a government-insured reverse mortgage allows you to access the equity in your home as tax-free cash. 500,000 people have already done it. The second booklet contains stories told by people just like you who've had their lives changed forever using a reverse mortgage. And the third guide is full of helpful answers and information for children and loved ones. Today's reverse mortgages are safer and smarter than ever. And that's a fact. AAG, the best advice for a better life.
Call 1-800-660-9362.
The Weather Channel celebrates Black History Month as only we can, telling the stories of African Americans who saw their world through weather, then changed the world for the better, celebrating achievements in science, space, meteorology, and more. This week, we remember the Tuskegee Weathermen. Black History Month on the Weather Channel. It's amazing out there.
Currently in our area, 72 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, windy with showers and thunderstorms likely. High 77. Winds west at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy. Slight chance of a shower through the evening. Low 63. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Friday, partly cloudy skies with gusty winds. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 71. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Every Sunday night. Get down now! Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
All right, this is what millions across New England have been doing day in and day out over the past 48 hours, digging out from record snow following back-to-back winter storm. Now, people just can't keep up.
Yeah, but take a look at this, because we are tracking another system that could bring more snow just in time for your weekend. We're talking the potential for double-digit snow totals in some of the big cities. Well, thank you so much for staying with us. I'm Alex Wallace.
And I'm Vivian Brown. Now, the latest storm is not what those in Boston want to hear. They are still trying to get rid of all the snow that's fallen over the last 8 days. And one of the biggest challenges now facing some of the residents there is parking.
Absolutely.
Everyone is frustrated at this point, and there's not many options. It's you either find and pay for a garage, or you find a street spot and dig yourself out.
2 storms within 7 days. It's just slammed us, and it's basically we have nowhere to put it.
I saw a little bit of a fight today when a van was coming by, and they tried to park in a spot that a woman had shoveled out, and she had like some kind of stick that she was like waving at the van to try to get them to back away. So it definitely gets competitive.
And unfortunately, it's not just parking, because traffic has been a total mess. There's also been several roof collapses because of the weight of some of the snow. And it's not just Boston in store for more snow. Millions are in the path of this storm from Cleveland to New York. And yes, again, back to Boston. So let's go in depth now and let you know when you could see some of the biggest impacts from snow in your city. For all the latest, here's Alex.
Indeed. We're following snow already this morning. We've been watching a bit of an Arctic front front move through parts of the Northeast, bringing a little quick shot at snow. Behind that, things will chill down. Here's some of that snow that's been falling across some parts of Massachusetts. It's starting to fizzle out a little bit around Boston now. Just cloudy skies being reported, sitting now at 24 degrees. Farther south, we're now seeing the sun coming out around New York City. And even as you get into eastern portions of Long Island, you have now dried out. So we'll watch that area continue to press east out to sea. Then we bring in some cold air. Some areas will dip down below zero tomorrow morning. So fresh cold air, that'll be in place. Now we just need a storm system to come through, and we'll see another one for the weekend. Diving down right along our storm track, the jet stream here, coming in out of Canada, sliding through the Midwest, Great Lakes region, eventually working through the Mid-Atlantic and then off the coast. And behind that, we'll see more cold air try to sneak on in. So this is how it'll play out. Saturday night, bringing in more snow. The areas that are in the blue having to deal with that. Heads up parts of lower Michigan back into Wisconsin. Could see some freezing rain. Of course, that could cause some big travel problems. Sunday will roll around. All snow here for you across the rest of the Northeast. That includes Syracuse, Albany, New York City as well. Looking for mostly showers, then changing to a rain and snow mix in and around D.C. But once you head north of the Mason-Dixon line, looks like it's all snow continuing into your Monday. Tuesday, mostly the snow just relegated to the northern portions of New England while we dry out the farther south you head. So we're not looking for big snows at one particular time, but over the duration through the weekend into early next week. This goes through Tuesday. The European computer model pointing and picking out where some of the bigger totals will be in the purples and the pinks. Yeah, that's what we're focusing on. So that's one computer model's depiction of it. Here's another one, the USGFS model, showing you the general same area where we'll see some of those big totals. Maybe not as widespread with all those pinks, but you get the general idea of where we are focusing on our biggest threats. Now, Detroit for you, we head to Sunday, a light mixture to deal with. Then Monday morning, a little bit of snow. We're not expecting any big totals or anything for you in and around Detroit. Could see some travel headaches, though, on Sunday. It's eastbound we head where we think the snow will become more of a problem. It's already been a problem, but we've got more to deal with in Boston Saturday night through Tuesday. So it's the long duration, Viv, that's going to be the problem.
All right, thanks very much, Alex. Well, it's not just the snow. We're also tracking some bitter cold temperatures pouring south. In Chicago, the high today will be only 15 degrees, and that's a good 16 degrees below average. NBC's Dylan Dreyer is there braving the cold for us.
Yeah, it sure is cold here in Chicago, but at least the sun is finally shining, and that's part of the reason why it is so cold this morning. With clear skies and fairly calm winds, it allowed temperatures to get just brutally cold, down around zero, thanks to some of that radiational cooling and that Arctic front that moved through the area. So I am standing here at U.S. Cellular Field, home of the White Sox, and man, could it be any whiter. We have piles of snow just getting higher and higher as they continue to clear away some of the parking lots here. And a lot of this snow came just the other day when about 20+ inches of snow fell with that latest storm. And then yesterday, with that front moving through, we had off and on snow showers just persisting through most of the day. We're finally getting a break as far as snowfall is concerned, but now it is just brutally cold. We are bottoming out here, down around zero, all across the Midwest, below zero, even back into parts of Nebraska. Lincoln saw its coldest temperature since 2005, bottoming out well below zero, down around 15 below. So we certainly are seeing some very frigid temperatures. Now it's trekking eastward. It comes with a little bit of snow for New England, and temperatures will bottom out in Boston Friday morning around 3 below. Even down in Washington, D.C., wind chills will be about 7 degrees below zero. And then we're gearing up for a long duration snow event. Not so much here in Chicago. It looks like it'll stay a little further to the north, but it could be another round of a foot plus for parts of the Northeast. The last thing they certainly want to hear. But here in Chicago, we're just trying to stay warm and get through the day. By this weekend, we should see temperatures actually get above freezing. Back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Dylan. So let's detail more about Chicago's winter chill. In fact, the entire Midwest, again, we are talking about temperatures again today running far below average for this time of year. We're forecasting highs only in the teens, and as Dylan mentioned, it's bright and sunny today, but look at the temperature. It's only 13 degrees, and the wind chill, well, actually, it feels like zero when you factor in the winds, and that's really what you want to know, right? How does it feel when I step outside? So it is brutal. So if you have to get out and about, make sure that you cover everything. Cover your face even. Make sure you have a scarf that you can throw over your face with your big hood over your head, your gloves. Dress in layers too underneath your big coat, because this is some brutal stuff. Not only Chicago, but even back toward the Des Moines area. Current temperature of only 11, but when you factor in the winds at Des Moines, it feels like 3 below. Right now, again, if you're out there in the wind and exposed to the weather. So the forecast highs today, as mentioned, will not get above the teens, even in Chicago, where that's a good 16 degrees below average, and much of the same in Detroit after you picked up some heavy snow too, and 16 below the average here in Cincinnati. Your forecast high today only about 26 degrees. So really some brutal stuff here. And tomorrow, we'll start to knock the edge off of the chill a little bit, certainly after tomorrow, as it'll get warmer and warmer here across the Midwest. As you can see, Saturday, 36 degrees in Chicago. Alex?
Well, Vivi gave some great advice on how to sort of beat that cold. Here's another one. Head south to Fort Lauderdale. Much warmer here. Unfortunately, it's also been on the wet side. We've picked up here from our round of rain that's moved through 1.2 inches of that rain. We're starting to dry out a little bit there in and around the area, but it has no doubt been a bit of a wet scenario here this day across Florida, even around Tampa, Orlando. A lot of these areas picking up over an inch of rain. Miami, you've seen over a half an inch of rain, all thanks to this cold front moving through. Right now, it's 69 in Key West, and it is a wet time. This is a city where a lot of folks like to bike around. Probably not doing that right now with all that wet weather out there for you. 73 for you right now in Miami, and as we head through the day, a little bit of a break from the action with the rain, but maybe a little quick brief spot later this evening where we could see a few showers try to move back in. So there you are in Fort Lauderdale. There is that break in some of the wet weather. By about 6 o'clock or so, you may see some showers before you dry out heading into the evening. You can see how those temperatures will fare as well, going from the 70s to the 60s. Viv?
All right, well, it's one illness, of course, that we battle every winter and end up passing it around the office. It's the common cold. Up next, what it has to do with weather and how you can possibly help stop it. Stay with us.
Currently in our area, 74 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, windy with rain likely, high 77. Winds west-northwest at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Rainfall near a half an inch. Tonight, cloudy skies early, followed by partial clearing. Slight chance of a shower through the evening, low 62. Friday, mostly cloudy and windy. Slight chance of a rain shower, high 71. Winds north-northeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Sometimes at last doesn't happen at first.
Your dad just kissed my mom.
Turning two worlds into one takes love. Helping protect that world takes State Farm.
Each year, 17 billion toilet paper tubes are thrown away. Enough to fill the Empire State Building. Twice. Toss the tube for good with Scott Naturals Tube Free.
I was a single mom looking for a man, not only for myself, but for my son. When I went on eHarmony, I had to fill out a lot of questions about myself, so they really got to know who I was and what I was looking for.
eHarmony, I think, is the only dating website that could bring something to me, the exact kind of person I was looking for. Other sites seemed really shallow. There's no perfect match beyond Angela. She's the best person for me.
Maybe it's your turn. Stop waiting. Start communicating for free today.
Hey neighbor, LED bulbs save hundreds of dollars on your energy bill and can last for over 20 years. And right now, get $2 instant savings on a variety of Fight dimmable bulbs at your neighborhood Ace.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks. Millions of people receive their prescriptions free. You can too. You can even qualify for free dental care and free dentures. Call the free RX Plus hotline now.
There were times when I would not do the prescribed amount, and so I could stretch that depending on, what my circumstances were that month.
We can't afford to go to the dentist on a regular basis like we did when we were fully employed.
The free RX Plus hotline can help you with more than just free prescriptions. You can qualify for free dental work and dentures, cell phones with free minutes, and much more. All free. Don't forget to ask about all your medical supplies, as they may be covered too.
It's a choice of food or getting the dental work that's required.
I've got a pension, I've got medical insurance, but it's not covering huge portions of my prescription medical bill.
All callers receive our free prescription drug savings card. Start saving immediately on thousands of prescription medications. Call now. You could qualify for free brand name prescriptions, along with dental and so much more.
These scenes at a hospital in Central Africa may look like an emergency, but at Save the Children, we see this throughout the world every single day. Among the new arrivals is Kayembe. So frail, he can no longer stand. Kayembe is almost 2 years old, but his weight is less than half that of a healthy child his age.
5 grammes de malnutrition.
Kayembe is slowly dying. He needs food, and he needs medicine urgently. These are the basic things that you can help us provide by calling the number on your screen now and giving just $10 a month. That's less than 35 cents a day. We know what it takes to save lives. It takes us, you, and as little as $10 a month. Save the Children is on the ground in the U.S. and all over the world, but we need your help to deliver life-saving medicine, medical care, clean water, and nutritious food to children in desperate need. For a child as critically ill as Kayembe, a single phone call can make the difference. Please pick up the phone now. For less than 35 cents a day, you can help us save a child's life. Call now and you'll receive this special Save the Children tote bag as a thank you for your support and a reminder of the difference you're making in children's lives. Every day, 19,000 children die from preventable causes. That's one child every 5 seconds. But it doesn't have to be this way. For just $10 a month, you can make a difference. Please, don't put this off. We need your help to get these children the critical medicine, food, and clean water they urgently need.
Aussi, il n'y a pas assez de nourriture à donner aux enfants. Les enfants vont mourir.
Call Save the Children now and help us save a child's life.
All right, you're watching the Weather Channel, and we're watching the beautiful mile-high city of Denver. Look how pretty it is today. You know, if we could do a split screen of yesterday, where it was very cold, we had the low clouds, we even had a little bit of snow in the area, but a big change today. Already temperatures in the 50s, and we're well on our way to 60s and perhaps 70s over the next couple of days. So a big roller coaster ride we've been on in the Denver area and all across the Rockies into the central part of the country, because as we head into the next couple of days, we are talking about feeling like spring fever for the most part. Look at Denver. There you have it on Saturday, your warmest day, almost 70 degrees. And look at the average high, only the mid-40s. But you know, if you live in Denver, you know that winter season can be a big roller coaster. I mean, one day well below average and then the next day well above average. So that's the trend that we're expecting with this warm air, not only in the Denver area, but as mentioned, it'll be spreading eastward across Dodge City, Kansas, even over to the St. Louis area. Notice how far north the jet stream is, and it's just going to allow that warm air to spread across the middle of the country. In fact, let's put some numbers on the warm air, because we're talking about afternoon highs running a good 15 to 30 degrees above average as we head into this upcoming weekend. There you have it, 52 degrees today in Dodge City, Kansas, but check it out tomorrow, 71 degrees in Dodge City. So really some warm stuff. Back to you, Alex.
Well, you know, the common cold is more irritating than incapacitating, but it causes more acute illness than any other disease. Sam Champion examines why it spreads so easily in today's edition of Brainstorm.
The
common cold. It starts when one of the 99 known tiny rhinoviruses enters our body. How do they get there? In about 80% of cold cases, those viruses are transmitted through touch. And those viruses are hardy on steel and plastic surfaces. There, they can survive for more than 48 hours. And these viruses like heat. So after entering our bodies, they thrive in the 95-degree temperature of the nose. When a healthy person touches a contaminated surface and then touches their face, you can infect a cell in your respiratory tract in just 10 minutes. So can we prevent a rhinovirus from infecting our bodies to begin with? Well, the answer is yes. One way is simply to wash your hands. But that may not always be enough. More than 30,000 cold viruses can fit in the eye of a needle. So missing a tiny spot on your hands can leave millions of viruses on your skin, ready and waiting to get you sick. Hand washing won't stop airborne viruses. Another way to get infected, and even harder to stop transmitting the germs. A typical cough, the body's instinctive method of expelling foreign objects in the respiratory tract, shoots out about 3,000 droplets of saliva at up to 50 miles an hour. The expulsion of so many drops of moisture creates a gas cloud, allowing contaminated droplets as small as a millionth of an inch. That's 20 times smaller than a speck of dust to travel protected through the air until they're picked up, say by a building's ventilation unit. That's where they can really spread, over thousands of square feet, and infecting that many more people. The resiliency of the virus during transmission by touch and by air is just part of the reason that each year adult Americans are sick with colds for a combined total of what would be 12 million years.
Don't want to touch anything, right? I don't even want to inhale after seeing that video. Okay, you know what? It's been storm after storm. We'll tell you about the next one when we come back.
Rainstorm, brought to you by Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold and Cough.
I have the flu with a runny nose. Better take something.
Theraflu Severe Cold won't treat your runny nose.
Really?
Alka-Seltzer Severe Cold and Flu relieves your worst flu symptoms plus runny nose.
Oh, what a relief it is. Money!
Hey, guess what day it is?
Hump day!
Hump day! It's hump day!
Yeah.
Hey, Mike! Mike! Guess what day it is? Hey, Camo! Guess what day it is?
It's not even Wednesday.
Let it go, Phil. If you're a camel, you put up with this all the time. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Okay.
Every Sunday night, we're taking our cameras to 14,000 feet.
This ain't a good place to make a mistake.
With these extreme fortune seekers.
Look how blue that is.
Gambling on the dig of their lives.
This is an absolute extreme situation.
If this is my last year on the mound, be a fine way to go out.
Season 3, Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 74 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, windy with rain likely, high 77. Winds west-northwest at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Rainfall near a half an inch. Tonight, cloudy skies early, followed by partial clearing. Slight chance of a shower through the evening, low 62. Friday, mostly cloudy and windy. Slight chance of a rain shower, high 71. Winds north-northeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
All right, listen up. Out on
field today, you will be ready for anything. And I want you to always remember, this is the greatest team you will ever be part of.
And when they're asked, what did you do to make a difference in the world? They can say, I became a soldier.
Please? No. Please? No.
For those headaches that just aren't bad enough for a lot of medicine, there's new Excedrin Mild Headache. 35% less medicine, plus a booster to end everyday headaches fast.
Wow, my headache's gone.
Excedrin Mild Headache.
Let the Ancestry leaf guide you on a journey that crosses generations, all to tell the most amazing story, yours. Discover your story. Start searching for free now at Ancestry.com.
Wow, I've been Claritin Clear for 10 days.
When your allergies start, doctors recommend taking one non-drowsy Claritin every day during your allergy season for continuous relief.
18 days. 17 days.
22 days of continuous relief.
Live Claritin Clear every day.
Away. Away is the smell of victory. And the smell of burgers. Away is always having home field advantage, even when you're miles away from home. Find your away for a dealer in the RV that...
With the dog as a partner, I've got to be up on my voice commands. That's why Xfinity's new voice remote is perfect for me. Find cop shows. I just say it and I see it. Finding my shows has never been easier. Watch Top Chef. The new X1 voice remote from Xfinity is coming soon. Perfect for people who want entertainment the easy way.
All right, troops, it's pest management weekend.
Weekend!
Kids, you got the lawn. Honey, you got shrubs. And I'll handle the whitefly.
Pest control shouldn't take a weekend. Ambassador Pest Management will keep your lawn and yard growing lush and green with our affordable monthly service. Forget the hassle of pricey do-it-yourself lawn treatments. It's simple. For a beautiful yard, call Ambassador Pest Management. After all, a peaceful home starts with a pest-free home.
1426 now.
So we've got like 60 years of experience here. And that's just Sam.
Jim Cantori, now on AMHQ. Weekday mornings at 7.
Oh, snow made for a very messy commute in Cleveland this morning. Take a look at the conditions on the road as people headed out to work. And for you, Cleveland, and into most of the Northeast, we have more of this on the way. For more, here's Alex.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is the case. More snow to deal with. We've already seen a little batch move through parts of the Northeast. We'll see some cold air coming in behind that. Let's focus in on what's been going on through the morning hours and early afternoon. We've seen a little bit of snow around the Boston area. That's now dried out. Cloudy skies, 24 degrees there for you. Then you head south. We've seen some snowflakes early today, White Plains in New York City, but that has now shifted to the east and some sunshine is poking through, but don't let that fool you. Temperatures right now are in the 20s. So we'll see this batch of snow continue to move off towards the east out over the open waters of the Atlantic. But what we'll see coming in behind that, very cold conditions. Check out Burlington as we head through the overnight into tomorrow morning. 11 degrees below zero out there. 8 in New York City with D.C. showing up at 20. That's one of the warmer locations. Boston, your forecasted low temperature tomorrow morning dropping down to 1 degree below zero. That would actually be the second sub-zero low temperature we've seen this winter. Last time we've seen that, well, that was about 10 years ago. Now we've got the cold, fresh air mass in place. Then we bring in our storm system. That's going to provide us with some more snow. So it's not what we want to see. Check out some of the current snow depths that are out there across the Northeast. From Hartford to Providence, Caribou, we're talking teens, 20 inches, while Bangor, 48-inch snow depth there for you. That is more than we've seen in about 46 years. So you get the picture. It's quite a bit of snow, and we will add to those totals. There's our storm track, the jet stream and storm system that'll be riding right along that as we head into the weekend, moving from the upper Midwest through the Great Lakes into the Mid-Atlantic and then just off the coast for early next week, and a fresh batch of cold air coming in behind that. So we're in the depths of winter, and we are definitely feeling it. So here we are Saturday night, anywhere in the blue, dealing with some of the snow. That'll continue across Buffalo, the Albany area, getting over towards Boston as well. Sunday will roll in. More of a rain and snow mix in places like Detroit, but cold enough where it'll all be snow, pretty much from northeast PA up into portions of New England. Monday rolls in. Showers turning to rain and snow around D.C., but you cross over the Mason-Dixon line and head north. Still, it's all snow, and Monday night, still snowing around New York City, up towards Bangor for your Monday night. By Tuesday, should be confined to mostly northern New England. Now, in terms of snowfall totals, the higher amounts, according to this computer model, this is a European model, you can see the general trend is going to be generally across New York into southern sections of New England. The other computer model, the USGFS model, also pointing the picture in generally the same location in terms of who's going to see the exact amounts. Still need to fine-tune that, but you get the picture of who's going to see some of the bigger totals there in that general region. Boston, you can see some of the totals, and you compare it as we get through Tuesday into the 11 o'clock hour. The GFS model pointing out close to a foot. The European model close to 20 inches. You get the picture. There will be snow. Just how much we'll fine-tune that. So stick with us. Viv?
All right. Well, whatever does fall will definitely stick around because the air is very, very cold. As you can see, even right now in New York City, the sun is out, and that solar radiation, a lot of the energy from the sun has gone into melting some of the snow, but the temperatures are crashing down like bowling pins in the Northeast as another Arctic front moves through. Now, we are talking about the cold air tomorrow morning. The low, only 7 degrees, we're thinking, in the New York City area, which would be the coldest so far this season. And as WNBC's Harry Chikma tells us, black ice could become another concern.
Well, the winter weather just won't go away here in the New York City metropolitan area. Still reeling from the last ice storm just a few days ago, black ice continues to be a problem on many of the side streets and almost all of the sidewalks. Many cars are still stuck in their parking spots as a result of the last ice storm. Today, about 35 degrees, but tomorrow the temperatures are expected to drop. With the wind chills, it will feel like below zero temperatures, so definitely pretty brutal outside tomorrow. And after that, if that wasn't enough, we have some snow arriving throughout the weekend into Monday. Won't be major accumulation, but definitely will be a lingering storm for any people who may have plans outdoors. I don't recommend doing that. So that is the scene here in New York City, New Jersey, and Connecticut. The community hunkering down, cold temperatures, and snow is on the way. Reporting for the Weather Channel, I'm Harry Chikma.
All right, thanks very much, Harry. Well, still to come here on Weather Center Live, it was a record week of snow in Boston.
Yep, when they get a chance to take care of these piles, we'll tell you next.
Currently in our area, 74 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, windy with rain likely, high 77. Winds west-northwest at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Rainfall near a ½ inch. Tonight, cloudy skies early, followed by partial clearing. Slight chance of a shower through the evening, low 62. Friday, mostly cloudy and windy. Slight chance of a rain shower, high 71. Winds north-northeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Amen to that. But some of you will have to wait before you catch a break from brutal cold and snow.
Where a new wintry blast is setting up, one that could produce our next named winter storm and send temperatures tumbling well below zero. Weather Center Live continues right now. Jesus, make it warm. I'll tell you. Hello, and thank you so much for joining us for Weather Center Live. I'm Vivian Brown.
And I'm Alex Watts. To tell you, that kid, no doubt about it. That video at the end of the year when they compile all the great YouTube clips,
it has to make it.
Well, it feels like we're sort of stuck in a rut, right? No sooner does one blast of snow and cold move out than another one moves in.
Yeah, we've gotten a taste of both, actually, in the Boston area this morning, as well as Portland, Maine. Light snow, and actually the winds were a factor this morning in the Portland area. You know, this picture just looks like a cold city, right? Well, it is. I mean, you can see the snow even on the rooftops here. And we have Alex. He's going to tell us more about the cold that's going to continue and more snow expected.
Yep, we are in the heart of winter, and it is definitely feeling like it. We've got another system to impact us for the weekend. In Boston, you're saying, why? Please make it stop, right? So far, we've seen over 54 inches of snow to date. Average is only 24.8 inches. So we're talking about over 200% of your average snowfall is what you've seen, and we've got more to deal with. Check out some of the snow depths. So how much snow is on the ground? A lot of areas about a foot around the Great Lakes, but then you start talking 2 feet plus as you get up into New England. So snow piles, they are high, and we're going to add to those thanks to the jet stream, our storm track, just pretty much focusing the storm systems in some of the same areas. So here we are diving in out of Canada. The next one that'll come in for the weekend, coming in through the upper Midwest, Great Lakes region, eventually working its way off the East Coast and bringing with it more cold air behind it by the time we move into early next week. So Saturday night, anywhere in the blue, we've got that snow. Great Lakes into the northeast. Sunday, continuing in some of those same spots. They warm up a tad here into lower Michigan, so you'll switch over to more of a rain and snow mix in places like Detroit. Rain and snow in D.C., but Philly to New York, Boston, Syracuse, Albany, all snow Monday and lingering into Monday night as well. So you get the picture. Totals will be adding up in a lot of cases a foot plus.
Well, you know, Boston is another spot that got off to a snowy start today. Even the light snow that fell is adding insult to injury to a city that's seen over 40 inches of snow in the last 8 days. Now, there are huge mountains of snow just about everywhere. As you can see, every corner you have a mount of snow. Well, I'll tell you what, Maria LaRosa shows us how people there are dealing with all of this snow.
Boston is still trying to catch its breath here after an incredible 7-10 days with snow upon snow. This is nothing, right? A little bit of snow coming earlier today, but it's all adding up, and you can see they're still trying to clear what they can and make piles that are big anyway bigger. And then you have dumpsters that are being loaded up with more snow today, still being taken away to another spot just to make room, and that has been a real issue. If you've been driving anywhere around a city here in the Northeast and New England, like Boston, you know that parking is a problem. Those piles have been 4 or 5 feet high, and in the cases of these snow farms where they've been dumping all the snow, you're talking 40-foot snow piles. So right now, the next couple of hours, the big stories, the temperature drop, and that has a twofold problem because, one, you're going to have temperatures down below zero, wind chills in that 10 to 20 below range, but that also means the snow isn't going anywhere. That cold is lingering for at least the next week here in the Boston area. In Boston, I'm meteorologist Maria LaRosa. Back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Maria. We have been watching Boston, of course, all day. The Arctic front has moved through, and just within the last hour, we had the final flake to fall in the Boston area. This is a look at the last 6 hours or so, and you could see that heavier band of snow that pushed right through the central western parts of Massachusetts. And there you go. Again, officially not reporting snow in the Boston area, but we are reporting winds because those northwest winds have taken over and temperatures only in the low 20s. The snow has ended in the New York City area too, but you can see the sun has quickly turned on, and I'll tell you what, it's still very cold, only in the mid-20s at this hour. Again, a close-up look at the radar out of Boston. Again, just within the last hour, we had the last flake to fall, and at least it's not snowing anymore, but it is still very cold. Now, if you think it's cold at this hour, wait until what we show you in terms of the forecast over the next 12 to 24 hours, because by 7:30 this evening, Boston, we will be down into the teens, in the low 20s by 7:30 in the New York City area. But look at tomorrow morning. We'll be waking up to single digits in New York City and 1 below, we're thinking, in Boston. At least that cold, if not 3 below in the area. So please prepare for a very, very brutal night tonight in New England. Alex?
Well, I'll tell you, head south and rain. That was the issue across parts of Florida, including the Miami area, picking up just a little over a half an inch of that rain. There was more rain off to the north. We're talking around Tampa, reports of an inch and a half of rain there, over an inch around the Orlando area as well. So it's been a bit of a soggy time, warmer than what we're experiencing in the northern tier of the country, but the price to pay here is having to deal with a bit of rain. So let's track this rain and even in some cases stormy weather that we've been seeing across portions of South Florida. Looking at how the radar is shaping up, satellite and radar, you can get a picture of where the clouds are right now. We're seeing things clearing out across North Florida, but not the case farther south. Some more showers getting going just south of the 4 corridor. The heaviest of the rain, though, seems to be located here right along the southern tip around Key West. Soggy times there, but Fort Myers to Tampa, a little drier. A little chillier, though, in Tampa with temps in the low 60s. So we could see a few more showers try to get going later today. Miami, Fort Lauderdale. Miami, here's your forecast. A few more showers, maybe a rumble or two of thunder through the afternoon. Then as we start to work our way towards the rush hour, it's a drier time, but those temperatures cooling off into the 60s. Viv?
Well, you know what? It's not just Florida dealing with rain, where welcome moisture is on the move to a region that really needs it. And what's driving that moisture to land. Plus, fire in the street. How snow and cold air can lead to exploding manhole covers. We have this very interesting story for you coming up.
Do you have a life insurance policy you no longer need or can't afford? Now you can sell your policy for an immediate payment.
We bought life insurance when our kids were young, to protect their future.
Our youngest just turned 40, and we no longer needed the coverage.
That got us to thinking about letting our policy go. So I did some research and called Coventry Direct. I learned that you could sell all or part of a life insurance policy, even a term life policy. Turns out, people have been selling policies like ours for the past 15 years. Who knew? We sold our policy. Now we have money to help with the medical bills.
And to add to our retirement.
If you have $100,000 or more of life insurance, you may be a candidate to sell your policy. Call 1-800-478-2700 or visit CoventryDirect.com for a free information packet. 1-800-478-2700. Coventry Direct, redefining insurance.
Attention accident victims.
If you or a loved one has been injured in any kind of accident, you may be eligible for substantial compensation. Don't wait to file your claim. Time is limited. Call now and let a local experienced attorney fight to get you money for your injuries.
If you have been injured in an accident, time is limited to file a claim, so act now. The call and consultation are free.
Call 1-800-307-9899.
Attention accident victims.
If you or a loved one has been injured in any kind of accident, you may be eligible for substantial compensation. Don't wait to file your claim. Time is limited. Call now and let a local experienced attorney fight to get you money for your injuries.
If you have been injured in an accident, time is limited to file a claim, so act now. The call and consultation are free.
Call 1-800-307-9899.
Build weather invention.
Wow, anybody else surprised it actually works?
It was hard to believe weather could do that.
Mother Nature can absolutely change people.
Currently in our area, 74 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, windy with rain likely. High 77. Winds west-northwest at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Rainfall near a half an inch. Tonight, cloudy skies early, followed by partial clearing. Slight chance of a shower through the evening. Low 62. Friday, mostly cloudy and windy. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 71. Winds north-northeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Every Sunday night. Get down
Million Dollar Mountain, Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Hey neighbor, LED bulbs save hundreds of dollars on your energy bill and can last for over 20 years. And right now, get $2 instant savings on a variety of Fight dimmable bulbs at your neighborhood Ace.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
And I turn around and there's 3 rattlesnakes.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Don't worry, Rob. You're covered.
State Farm agents are there whenever you need them.
Each year, 17 billion toilet paper tubes are thrown away in the U.S. alone. That's enough to fill the Empire State Building. Twice. Now there's Scott Naturals tube-free bath tissue. Get the premium softness you need without the wasteful tube. Toss the tube for good with Scott Naturals tube-free.
Hi, my name's Serena, and today is day 1 of my Hydroxycut transformation.
We're gonna live free.
I lost 30 pounds. Hydroxycut really works.
Hydroxycut is America's #1 selling weight loss supplement brand. Mix and match gummies, tablets, and drink mix.
Off and on throughout my life, I struggled with my weight, and Hydroxycut is the only thing that has worked for me.
Hydroxycut lets you lose weight your way. And go to hydroxycut.com to access the Be Thinner in 30-day starter plan.
Checking in on Portland, Oregon right now. The tower cam showing you waves of rain we've been dealing with in the area. Right now getting somewhat of a break with temperatures in the mid-40s. We did have gusty winds too, especially near the beaches that exposed the coastal, of course, the headlands. Winds were gusting up to 60 miles per hour from time to time. We've had very windy conditions in the area, and we're expecting this to continue at least for another 48 hours. Much of the Pacific Northwest. Now, there is some good news behind this because we certainly do need the rain, not only in the Pacific Northwest, but even into California. And believe it or not, we'll get some rain in California eventually, because here is the setup. The jet stream pushing in some of the moisture from the Pacific. Again, it's more of a mild air mass with temperatures in the 40s and 50s, but it's this Pacific moisture that we so desperately need that we are getting. Look at the current radar. It does show a batch of rain here along the coast of Oregon, the northern coast of Oregon, and the southern coast too, but mainly in Washington. By the way, Seattle has picked up over 1 inch of rain since yesterday. Portland about 1/4 of an inch, but we will continue to follow this and keep you updated on the rainfall totals, because as much as we get, we certainly will put to good use. So here's a look at the forecast today, but notice tomorrow, because we're thinking San Francisco, you will be included in some of the rain here. Today, maybe getting closer to the LA basin on some much needed rain. Now take a look at this. Some of the rain gauges could measure as much as 5 to 8 inches where you see the orange spot here, but generally speaking, anywhere from 2 to 3 inches are possible. And again, this is much needed rain. So the forecast for you, San Francisco, most of the day today will be cloudy, but we think overnight tonight the rain will begin, and there you see it will continue right on into Monday. Alex?
Well, you know, it certainly looks very peaceful coming down, right? Although the snow that fell in the Big Apple this week did more than coat trees and streets. The snow and cold have created an explosive problem in New York City. Our Regan Ameji explains.
When you think about snow and ice on the roadways, many times the first thing you think about is driving on it. But here in Brooklyn, New York, there's a different danger. The manholes. Now check it out. Con Edison, who's in charge of all of the electrical wiring throughout the city, is doing work behind me right now in one of the manholes. The reason? It's weather related. When it snows, a lot of the times, the trucks will come out and spread their salt on the roadways. But that's just the beginning of the problem here.
And so what you're looking at is when the snow starts to melt, carrying the salt, it gets into this cable component. Sometimes you develop cracks and nicks on this component here. That's where the salt gets into our cable system. Here you see the copper. That's what's going, once the salt gets into the system, that's what causes the smoking manholes.
Earlier this week here in Brooklyn, a manhole fire started and caught a car on fire. And then another manhole, moments later, exploded, knocking out a couple of windows in a nearby residential area. Now, the guys back here are trying to fix the problem. But what can you do as a resident of an area where there are manholes and there's infrastructure below ground? If you hear rumbling or cracking, call 911. If you smell something burning, do the same. And of course, if you see smoke or fire, also call emergency officials. Back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Reagan. Well, more snow and cold on the way. Not the news many people want to hear.
Yeah, why pinpointing this next wintry mess is proving tricky again. Plus,
we knew that if we lost the bombers because we made a mistake, they would say blacks can't do it.
Stay tuned for more on pioneers in history and weather when we return.
Sunday dinners at my house.
You're waiting for my lasagna, aren't you?
It's a full day for me, and I love it. But when I started having back pain, my sister had to come help. I don't like asking for help. I took Tylenol, but I had to take 6 pills to get through the day. So my daughter brought over some Aleve. It's just 2 pills all day. And now,
to family,
I'm back.
Aleve, 2 pills, all day strong, all day long. And now, introducing Aleve PM for a better AM.
Smile.
No matter how well you provide for your family today, if you don't have life insurance, their future may be at risk. Think about what would happen if you were gone. Would they struggle to pay the bills and face an uncertain future? They don't have to. You can help guarantee those you love $200,000, $500,000, $750,000 or more with life insurance through AIG Direct. We'll help you get more for your money, up to 70% more. Just look, less than $14 a month buys a 40-year-old man a $250,000 term life policy. That's up to 3 times what you can get from other companies for the same price. No wonder millions of people rely on AIG companies. The call is free, the quote is free, and there's no obligation. Make the future more secure for those you love. Call now so you can sleep better at night.
For a free quote, call 1-800-521-0331 or visit AIGDirect.com.
How does it feel to have something people are willing to die for?
Tonight,
She's got the answers I'm looking for.
an all-new Blacklist you cannot miss.
You will make a mistake.
On its all-new Night and Time.
When you do, I will be there.
The Blacklist, new tonight, 9/8 Central.
With so many great shows on these days, you need a DVR that can catch them all. How many shows can you DVR at one time?
I can only DVR 1 at a time.
It'll act like it's recording, but one of us got kicked out.
There isn't any fighting, but there is conflict.
With Xfinity, you can record 4 shows at once and watch a 5th live.
That's really cool.
There's no conflict, so you're never going to miss a show.
Say so long to recording conflicts. Upgrade to an Xfinity X1 Triple Play from Comcast and save when you bundle. See for yourself. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Comcast.com today.
The Life Extension Foundation is a non-profit institute with a 37-year track record of cutting-edge discovery that is light years ahead with medical breakthroughs. To learn more about the Life Extension Foundation, please visit prolongevity.com.
So we've got like 60 years of experience here. And that's just Sam.
Jim Cantori, now on AMHQ. Weekday mornings at 7.
Stay tuned for your local on the 8s, brought to you by Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
Cream is good, right? Will it match the rug? It's cream. It's blue. No, I like the cream. Can you picture it? Let's double check.
When you shop for furniture, you don't have to wonder how the fabrics, leathers, and options will look. At lazyboy.com, you can see it before you order it.
What about red?
It's perfect.
Not quite.
There we go.
Now, during our President's Day sale. 0% interest for 36 months.
Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
Currently in our area, 73 degrees under cloudy skies. This afternoon, windy with rain likely. High 77. Winds west-northwest at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Rainfall near a half an inch. Tonight, cloudy skies early, followed by partial clearing. Slight chance of a shower through the evening. Low 62. Friday, mostly cloudy and windy. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 71. Winds north-northeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Is your city on the honor roll or the list of those cruising towards an F? Well, there are some surprises on the snow report. This was at the top of the class, but you've only seen 60% of your average snowfall this season. Boston, though, made the honor roll, chalking up 223% of its average snowfall so far. Now, to find out where your city stands on the snow report card, you can head over to weather.com. You'll find cities and their snow grades. Well, for a lot of those spots, we'll see more snow adding up, all thanks to our next storm system that is expected to impact us as we head towards the weekend. Now, a lot of areas already have a ton of snow. We need no more, right? These are some of the snow depths across the Great Lakes into the Northeast. So how much snow is on the ground? Well, we're talking in New England, some areas 2 feet plus. And again, with the next system coming in, we'll see that add up. So here we are heading into the weekend. Our jet stream in place, the storm track, and there's a storm riding right along it. We'll see for Saturday into the Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday time frame. So this thing's not just going to come through and blast on by. It's going to take its time. So it's day after day after day of dealing with a little bit of snow here, a little bit of snow there, but that little bit of snow day after day will add up. So Saturday night from the Great Lakes into the Northeast, you're seeing the snow continuing into Sunday, maybe changing over lower Michigan here around Detroit to a rain and snow mix. And then as we move to Monday, we'll keep that snow going New York City to Boston, while it'll be a mix in the mid-Atlantic. Viv?
Well, February is Black History Month, and all month we're showcasing the contributions the community has made in weather. We begin with a group you may not have heard about, the Black meteorologists who helped the Tuskegee Airmen achieve their mission. Our own Paul Goodloe introduces us to the author of a new report that showcases these weather scientists.
In 2006, Air Power History magazine published an extensive report on the history behind the first African Americans to be recognized as weather science professionals. The report, titled Tuskegee Weather Airmen, Black Meteorologists in World War II, is the most comprehensive report on the men who served with the famous group of pilots who helped win that war. Now, joining us from Nellis Air Force Base near Las Vegas is the author of that report, Air Force historian Gerald White. Overall, how crucial are those weather briefings to pilots?
Literally life and death. A good weather briefing will set the pilot up for success. Knowing where the weather's at and where it's not going to be and what to watch. In motion a lot of decisions about what do we do if.
Now, I know the Tuskegee pilots were given grief from the white pilots in their day. Now, I'm also kind of assuming that the weather officers also met some resistance as well.
We had one who was in Italy with the 332nd Fighter Group, and he was actually doing desk duty as a briefing officer until some white colonel or general came through and said, I don't want to see them. So he went back to the squadron, and they never pulled that duty again.
Many Americans know the story of the Tuskegee Airmen, so what made you want to delve into the weather side of the story?
It was just an unusual facet that nobody really knew about. It started with Archie Williams, and then I ran across a gentleman named Claude Rowe, who was the only Tuskegee Airman to qualify first in the Royal Canadian Air Force, and then with the American Air Force in the last class. And there's still, even today, in both military and civilian, not a lot of African Americans, so trying to get that word out there.
The name of the report is Tuskegee Weather Airmen, Black Meteorologists in World War II. Historian Gerald White, thank you for documenting an important part of American history.
Oh, thank you for having me.
And this Sunday at noon Eastern Time on the Weather Channel, the show Weather Geeks will focus on the contributions of Black meteorologists. That's at noon Eastern Time this Sunday right here on the Weather Channel. Hope you tune in. Now, we're in the dead of winter, and these storms are marching in one after another.
Yeah, and it's not just the snow. We're talking the bitter cold. That's going to spread like salt and brine ahead of a storm. Find out how low those temperatures will go.
Millions of people receive their prescriptions free. You can too. You can even qualify for free dental care and free dentures. Call the free RX Plus hotline now.
There were times when I would not do the prescribed amount, so I could stretch that depending on, what my circumstances were that month.
We can't afford to go to the dentist on a regular basis like we did when we were fully employed.
The free RX Plus hotline can help you with more than just free prescriptions. You can qualify for free dental work and dentures, cell phones with free minutes, and much more. All free. Don't forget to ask about all your medical supplies, as they may be covered too.
It's a choice of food or getting the dental work that's required.
I've got a pension, I've got medical insurance, but it's not covering huge portions of my prescription medical bill.
All callers receive our free prescription drug savings card. Start saving immediately on thousands of prescription medications. Call now. You could qualify for free brand name prescriptions, along with dental and so much more.
Technology gives you security. Technology gives you control. And now, technology gives you home security and control in a new and revolutionary way. Introducing Plug and Protect from LiveWatch Security, an easy-to-use wireless security system customized just for your home, controlled from any smartphone, tablet, or computer, and monitored by professionals 24/7. Go to livewatch.com to get Plug and Protect interactive security delivered to your door. Arm or disarm your system from anywhere. Lock or unlock your doors. Turn your lights off or on. Even oversee your home with live video. With Plug and Protect, your security system is configured, tested, and then shipped directly to your home. No wires, no installers, just peel and place. Go to livewatch.com because with Plug and Protect, we customize your security to fit your home. The Plug and Protect secret is technology. With technology, you buy airline tickets without a travel agent. You trade stocks without a stockbroker. Now, with Plug and Protect, you can protect your home without an installer, pushy salesman, or a long contract.
Every day, the kids got out of school before I left work. I worried whether they were home okay. But then I found Plug and Protect from LiveWatch. And now I see when they open the front door, so I know they're home safe. LiveWatch helps me stay in touch and in control.
Founded by a paramedic in Kansas, serving tens of thousands of homes in all 50 states, and trusted by policemen and firemen throughout the country, LiveWatch is the new choice for home security. No door-to-door salespeople, no messy installers, no long-term contracts, just Plug and Protect. Now you too can enjoy the home security and control you want for your family. Try Plug and Protect in your home for a full 90 days. Included is our hassle-free guarantee. Go to livewatch.com. Plug and Protect is not available in stores, so go to livewatch.com right now. That's livewatch.com.
Build weather invention.
Wow, anybody else surprised it actually worked?
It was hard to believe weather could do that.
Mother Nature can absolutely change people.
Currently in our area, 73 degrees under cloudy skies. This afternoon, windy with rain likely, high 77. Winds west-northwest at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Rainfall near a half an inch. Tonight, cloudy skies early, followed by partial clearing. Slight chance of a shower through the evening, low 62. Friday, mostly cloudy and windy. Slight chance of a rain shower, high 71. Winds north-northeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Every Sunday night. Get down now! Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Well, this This is what millions across New England have been doing day in and day out over the past 48 hours. I'm talking digging out from record snow following back-to-back winter storms. People just cannot keep up with the snowfall.
But take a look at this, because we are tracking another system that could bring more snow. Yeah, just in time for your weekend, we're talking the potential for double-digit snow totals in some of the big cities. Well, thank you so much for staying with us. I'm Alex Wallace.
And I'm Vivian Brown. The latest storm that is not what you want to hear. I know, more snow in the Boston area. They're still trying to get rid of all the snow that has fallen over the last 8 days. And one of the biggest challenges now is parking.
Everyone is frustrated at this point, and there's not many options. It's you either find and pay for a garage, or you find a street spot and dig yourself out.
2 storms within 7 days. It's just slammed us, and it's basically we have nowhere to put it.
I saw a little bit of a fight today when a van was coming by, and they tried to park in a spot that a woman had shoveled out, and she had like some kind of stick that she was like waving at the van to try to get them to back away. So it definitely gets competitive.
And we talk about this heavy snow in the area. It's not just parking, but traffic has been a big mess. There's also been several roof collapses because of the weight of the snow. And it's not just Boston in store for more snow, but millions in the path of this storm, anywhere from Cleveland to New York City. And again, yes, we still have to tell you about the additional snow for you, Boston. So let's go in depth. When will you see some of the biggest impacts for your city? Here's Alex with all the details.
Yeah, Viv, we've seen snow already today with an Arctic cold front moving through the northeast. Behind that, the chill will come in. Worcester sitting at 18 right now, seeing drier skies after that burst of snow. Boston 22, you've dried out at this point. A little bit farther south also, you've seen some drier conditions over the last couple of hours in and around New York City. Enjoy it now, because we've got more snow to come as we head to the weekend. So let's focus in on how this will play out. As we head into Saturday, there's our jet stream. That is our storm track, and that's what's been keeping things on the unsettled side as these systems ride right along that, diving in out of Canada, working through the upper Midwest, then the Great Lakes, and eventually working its way into the Mid-Atlantic and then off the East Coast, and then bringing cold air right back in behind it. But you notice this thing's going to take its time to move its way across the region. So it's sort of day after day after day of snow after snow after snow. And it's not big snows at once, but piling that up over several days, you'll get those totals adding up. So Saturday night, we'll see it Great Lakes into the northeast. Sunday will roll around. Could warm up a tad here into lower Michigan, so switching over to more of a rain and snow mix there. Showers in the mid-Atlantic, but look what happens once we get to Monday. A place like D.C. could deal with more of a mixture, but north of the Mason-Dixon line, all snow is expected out there. So from pretty much northern Jersey, sliding way up into New England, you've got snow to deal with on Monday, and Monday night it continues up and down the 95 corridor. Boston up towards the Bangor area, seeing more snow. After we get to Tuesday, a lot of those areas should start to dry out. But through Tuesday, look at some of the big totals expected from the European computer model. Really focused in on here, New York State into southern sections of New England. The USGFS computer model, this is the other one, also pointing out the general same vicinity of where the higher totals are expected. So you get the point. New York State into southern New England is where we are focusing the bigger totals through the next several days. So Detroit, not expecting a whole lot, but watch out for that mix on Sunday. A little bit of snow action Monday morning. It's as you head into places like Boston, New England. Saturday afternoon, the snow showers get going and continue through Tuesday. Viv?
Well, the last thing that Chicago needs, of course, is more snow, since people are still struggling to free their cars from this week's record-setting snow. As WMAQ's Dick Johnson tells us, it's a race against time because all of that snow is turning to ice.
The race is on to dig out cars encased in snow before they're encased in ice. Holly and Michael did, but worry about others.
I hope you don't need your car until maybe May or June.
The city just plowed these side streets yesterday, further complicating city newcomer Julie's effort to free her ride.
And you're just starting to dig out today?
Yep.
As the temperature's falling?
Correct.
What do you think your chances are?
Not very good.
We couldn't leave without lending a hand, and yet as we glanced around, there were dig-outs underway in every direction. Molly was also going it alone.
Do you know there's a woman at the corner down here that's trying to do the same thing by herself?
Yes, it's actually my roommate.
Lest you think the Chicago side streets are the only ones still snow-covered, just hop the border to Evanston. Same story. packed snow quickly turning to ice.
Yeah, well, I think Chicago's a little worse, to be honest.
Back in the city, before the sun set at 68th and Prairie, residents took street clearing into their own hands.
It's like they forget about us over here.
And at 61st in Indiana, we found cars so buried there's little hope.
Do you happen to know who owns this car?
What car?
Exactly. Maybe that's why this guy left his wipers up.
All right, well, let's talk more about the cold air in Chicago, because that Arctic chill has been here and it's going to continue at least for another 24 hours. But after that, believe it or not, Chicago, you will get a little bit better. Look, at right now we have a lot of sunshine and temperatures only in the teens. So, you know, a lot of the energy from the sun will be used in melting the snow, but it's still so cold out there that the snow is not going to melt completely until the temperature gets above freezing, and that's when we'll gradually notice that snow melting. And that's exactly what's going to happen, because even though right now we're only in the teens and you factor in the winds, it feels like it's in the single digits, it's going to get better, because I think today will be the last day of the brutal cold. Because notice tomorrow, Chicago, you'll be close to the freezing mark, at least up to 31 degrees, we're thinking. The same in the Minneapolis area, but look at Des Moines, up to 40 degrees. So here's a look at your forecast, Chicago. Notice this on Saturday, up to 36. That's above freezing, so another good way of melting some of that snow. And even on Sunday, we're still above freezing. Now, we're back in the deep freeze with another dose of cold air on Monday, Chicago, but at least let's try to take advantage of the next 3 days or so with that temperature creeping just above the freezing mark. Now, if it's going to get above freezing in Chicago, look at other areas. We'll be well above freezing. I mean, it'll feel like spring fever here from Amarillo, Texas to Dodge City, Kansas, and even look at North Platte, Nebraska on Saturday. We're forecasting a high of 61 degrees. Look at this, 75 in Dodge City. Really some warm stuff. Alex?
That certainly looks appetizing, particularly the folks across the Great Lakes and Northeast. Well, we head farther south, typically a nice location to beat the cold. Well, it is milder than what you're seeing north, but it's also been a bit on the wet side. Fort Lauderdale, one of those spots we've seen some rain move through, picking up over an inch of rain there in and around the Fort Lauderdale area. And it's just been sort of cloudy, very windy, winds gusting up over 20 miles an hour over the last few hours. So not the funnest of times across South Florida with rain and even some thunderstorms. Here's why. We've got a cold front. There it is, marching through the southern tip of the peninsula. We've got quite a bit of rain ongoing. Cloud cover you can see showing up here on the visible satellite, which is sort of superimposed with the radar as well. Not much in North Florida. We've seen things brighten up there, but I-4 south, still cloudy skies to contend with right now. And as we look at a closer view here, there's Miami getting a break from the rain, cloudy skies. Fort Myers, though, looks like a few more showers have snuck on by, and those may slide to the south and east and impact you here within the next couple of hours here from Fort Lauderdale to Miami. So there is still that chance of a little quick shower as we head in towards that evening. Doesn't look like it'll be heavy rain, but showers nonetheless for the 7 o'clock hour. Then we'll see things dry out. Temperatures for the 9, 11 o'clock, and even 1 o'clock hour should be dipping down into the 60s. But again, we're drying out by that point. Viv?
Well, Alex, it's the one illness we all battle every winter and end up passing around the office. It's the common cold. Up next, what it has to do with weather and how you can perhaps help stop it. All right, we'll talk more about it when we come back.
Currently in our area, 73 degrees under cloudy skies. This afternoon, windy with rain likely, high 77. Winds west-northwest at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Rainfall near a half an inch. Tonight, cloudy skies early, followed by partial clearing. Slight chance of a shower through the evening, low 62. Friday, mostly cloudy and windy. Slight chance of a rain shower, high 71. Winds north-northeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
You know,
there's a more enjoyable way to get your fiber. Try Phillips Fiber Good Gummies. They're delicious and a good source of fiber to help support regularity.
These are good.
The tasty side of fiber from Phillips.
If you have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis like me, and you're talking to your rheumatologist about a biologic, this is Humira. This is Humira helping to relieve my pain and protect my joints from further damage. This is Humira giving me new perspective. Doctors have been prescribing Humira for 10 years. Humira works for many adults. It targets and helps to block a specific source of inflammation that contributes to RA symptoms.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Talk to your doctor and visit Humira.com. This is Humira at Work.
Thanks for the ride around Norfolk. And I just wanted to say Geico is proud to have served the military for over 75 years.
Roger that. Captain's waiting to give you a tour of the Wisconsin now.
Could have parked a little bit closer. It's going to be dark by the time I get there.
Geico, proudly serving the military for over 75 years.
Sir, we're going to need you on the runway later.
Don't let a severe cold hold you back. Get Theraflu. It has the power of 3 medicines to take on your worst pain and fever, cough, and nasal congestion. Theraflu breaks you free from your toughest cold and flu symptoms, so you never miss a day. Theraflu, serious power.
Even if it's your last one, always share the softness of Kleenex tissues and share your Kleenex Care story at KleenexCare.com.
Hey neighbor, LED bulbs save hundreds of dollars on your energy bill and can last for over 20 years. And right now, get $2 instant savings on a variety of Fight dimmable bulbs at your neighborhood Ace.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
My lenses have a sunset mode, and an early morning mode, and a partly sunny mode, and an outside to clear inside mode.
Transition's signature adaptive lenses are more responsive than ever. So why settle for a lens with just one mode? Experience life well lit. Upgrade your lenses to Transition's signature. Visit your local Sam's Club Optical today to ask about Transition's signature lenses with Chromia 7 technology and start living a life well lit.
Every day, Bill had a choice. He could do the same old boring things, or he could start speaking a new language with Rosetta Stone. The fastest way to learn a language, guaranteed. Right now, you have the same choice. You could let time pass you by, or you could seize the day. Experience the new Rosetta Stone. Call now for a free demo at 1-800-ROSETTA.
It is a beautiful day right now in the Denver area. Look at that. Not really a blemish in the sky. We have a beautiful blue cobalt sky. Just some high-level cirrus clouds, but not the rain-making clouds. It is just absolutely gorgeous. Not even the snow-making clouds either that we saw just 24 hours ago. Can you believe the big difference? Well, I know you can, because if you were watching the Weather Channel yesterday, we told you that it was going to be bitterly cold, but we told you today it would warm back up, and that's exactly what we're finding. Oh boy, has it been a roller coaster ride in the Denver area. In fact, check out the next several days, because we will get close to 70 degrees even on Saturday in the Denver area, and the average high is about 45 degrees, so well above average after being well below average just a couple of days ago. This warm air will spread too from the Intermountain West into the plains here here in much of the mid and lower Mississippi River Valley. Right on into the weekend, we are talking about highs running a good 15 to 30 degrees above average, as temperatures will be well into the 50s, even some 60s and close to mid-70s. Check this out, 78 degrees in Amarillo, Texas just tomorrow, and in the 70s over the west central parts of Kansas. Look at Saturday's forecast high in Dodge City, Kansas, 75 degrees, and even those 60s spreading over to Kansas City and St. Louis as we begin the weekend. So a lot of warmth to be had, and we're calling it spring fever right here in the heart of the country. Now, that cold air is going to stay in place, unfortunately, across a good part of the northern Great Lakes all the way into New England. Alex?
Well, you know, the common cold, it's more irritating than incapacitating, but it causes more acute illness than any other disease. Sam Champion explains why it spreads so easily in today's edition of Brainstorm.
The common cold. It starts when one of the 99 known tiny rhinoviruses enters our body. How do they get there? In about 80% of cold cases, those viruses are transmitted through touch. And those viruses are hardy on steel and plastic surfaces. There, they can survive for more than 48 hours. And these viruses like heat. So after entering our bodies, they thrive in the 95-degree temperature of the nose. When a healthy person touches a contaminated surface and then touches their face, you can infect a cell in your respiratory tract in just 10 minutes. So can we prevent a rhinovirus from infecting our bodies to begin with? Well, the answer is yes. One way is simply to wash your hands. But that may not always be enough. More than 30,000 cold viruses can fit in the eye of a needle. So missing a tiny spot on your hands can leave millions of viruses on your skin, ready and waiting to get you sick. Hand washing won't stop airborne viruses, another way to get infected, and even harder to stop transmitting the germs. A typical cough, the body's instinctive method of expelling foreign objects in the respiratory tract, shoots out about 3,000 droplets of saliva at up to 50 miles an hour. The expulsion of so many drops of moisture creates a gas cloud, allowing contaminated droplets as small as 1/millionth of an inch, that's 20 times smaller than a speck of dust, to travel protected through the air until they're picked up, say by a building's ventilation unit. That's where they can really spread, over thousands of square feet, and infecting that many more people. The resiliency of the virus during transmission by touch and by air is just part of the reason that each year adult Americans are sick with colds for a combined total of what would be 12 million years.
I mean, what do you do?
Right, stay inside, wrap yourself up. That's crazy.
And speaking of staying inside, I know you want to do that across the Northeast. It's still very cold and more snow is on the way. We'll tell you more about this when we come back.
My feet felt so heavy at the end of the day.
They used to get really tired.
Until I started gelling.
I got Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles.
When they're in my shoes, my feet and legs feel less tired.
It's like walking on a wave.
Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles.
I'm a believer.
There's something happening right here in this country. It's the sound of America, working with American materials in American factories. At WeatherTech, all we do is create the highest quality automotive accessories, including laser-measured custom-fit floor liners. Order yours today at WeatherTech.com or call 1-800-CarMats. WeatherTech floor liners, proudly made in America.
Atlantic Beach, Florida.
Oh, love it.
Houma, Louisiana.
Oh, fantastic food. Carefree, Arkansas.
Been there.
Louisville, Texas.
Done that. Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
Oh, Phil and I go way back. Love that little animal.
Weekday mornings, Jim Cantori, Sam Champion, and Jennifer Delgado on AMHQ, starting at 7.
So we've got like 60 years of experience here, and that's just Sam.
Weekday mornings at 7, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 73 degrees under cloudy skies. This afternoon, windy with rain likely, high 77. Winds west-northwest at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Rainfall near a ½ inch. Tonight, cloudy skies early, followed by partial clearing. Slight chance of a shower through the evening, low 62. Friday, mostly cloudy and windy. Slight chance of a rain shower, high 71. Winds north-northeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
You know, there's a more enjoyable way to get your fiber. Try Phillips Fiber Good Gummies. They're delicious and a good source of fiber to help support regularity.
These are good.
The tasty side of fiber from Phillips.
Andrew, Rita, Sandy. Meet Chris, Jackie, Joe. Minor damage or major disaster. When you need us most, we're there. State Farm. We're a force of nature, too.
Your mom's got your back. Your friends have your back. Your dog's definitely got your back. But who's got your back when you need legal help? We do. We're LegalZoom. And over the last 10 years, we've helped millions of people protect their families and run their businesses. We have the right people on hand to answer your questions, backed by a trusted network of attorneys. So visit us today for legal help you can count on. LegalZoom. Legal help is here.
So you're saying you're gonna give me my credit score for free, right? And then you're gonna ask me for my credit card so you can charge me on the down low. 2 weeks later, look, Credit Karma.
Oh, are you talking to websites again?
It's saying free credit score.
Credit Karma? Yeah, it's actually free. Look, you don't have to put in your credit card information. Credit Karma. Really free credit scores. Really free.
Fist bump.
This is big. If you struggle with back pain, you can get the same kind of therapy used by doctors and physical therapists without an appointment. How you feeling?
Feeling good, Shaq.
Smart Relief from Icy Hot, the wireless, reusable TENS therapy. Just press a button and waves of relaxing pulses quickly and safely block even chronic back pain for fast, powerful relief that lasts. Wherever you go.
Smart Relief from Icy Hot. No appointment necessary.
I never thought there was hope that I would get clean because I've been trying for many years. I got clean at 39. I could honestly say I've been trying since 23. There were many nights that I went to bed that I didn't think I was going to wake up. I had taken so many pills, and I didn't think I'd wake up. And there were some days where I felt like my heart was like really speeding along, and that's how bad my life got. You know, thank God I don't have to live like that anymore.
6106.
So we've got like 60 years of experience here. And that's just Sam.
Jim Cantori, now on AMHQ. Weekday mornings at 7.
All right, keep it tuned to the Weather Channel as we keep you updated on the snowy scenes we're finding across a good part of the Northeast. You're looking live right now at some of the heaviest snow that has fallen anywhere from Chicago all the way to New York City. Here's Alex with more details on what's expected ahead.
Yeah, absolutely, Viv. Unfortunately, we've got the threat for more snow in the areas that are definitely snow weary at this point. Now, we've already seen some snow move through parts of the Northeast with a bit of an Arctic front that has moved on through the area. Behind that, we've got more cold air to deal with as well. There we are across New England, Boston. You saw some snow earlier. You're now drying out. Even starting to see a little bit of sun there showing up around the Worcester area, but don't let that fool you. It's a cold 18 degrees. Sliding farther south around the New York City region, you've got a little bit of snow that you've seen earlier. That's now pressing out to sea, and now we're just dealing with sunshine, but again, cold. So that snow will continue to move off to the east, away from us. But then comes the cold air. Look at Buffalo, how you'll drop down as we head into tonight, single digits there, and then climbing into the teens by tomorrow morning. 12 degrees below zero in Burlington, with 19 showing up down around D.C. Now, Boston for you, tomorrow morning, 1 degree below zero. Yeah, that would be the second sub-zero low temperature just this winter. The last time that happened, well, we have to take you back more than 10 years. So this is a pretty feisty air mass that is in place. So we've got fresh cold. Now we've got our storm system, and that's going to come on in for the weekend. Adding to some of these snow depths, they've been piling up here from Hartford to Providence, 16 inches on the ground currently. Up around Bangor, 48 inches of snow. That is your current snow depth. That's the most we've seen in about 46 years. Whew. All right, so here's the storm track. There's our jet stream and a storm system that'll dive in out of Canada, coming through the upper Midwest, track its way towards the south and the east, eventually work its way off the East Coast, but it's going to take its time. Not until we get into towards the Tuesday time frame do we see things settling down. So it's sort of a little bit of snow, but day after day after day of dealing with that snow, and eventually that will start to pile up, and that's what we are anticipating. So Saturday night, getting going, Great Lakes into the northeast. Sunday, here in the lower Michigan, we may actually switch over to a rain and snow mix, but it's all snow in northeast Pennsylvania and working northbound. By Monday, the mid-Atlantic sees the rain and snow, D.C. to Baltimore, but you cross the Mason-Dixon line and head north, it's still remaining snow, and this will continue into Monday night. Again, it's not until we get towards the Tuesday time frame where we see things dying down. So here's the European computer model and where the higher totals of snow will be focused. New York State, southern parts of New England. The U.S. GFS model, general same area where the higher totals will be. Maybe not as pronounced in terms of the coverage of where those pinks are showing up, but you get the picture. That's the general zone we'll be focusing on. Here's Boston and your cumulative snow totals as we head through the weekend. We'll take you all the way to Tuesday, because by then, looks like the computer models are starting to try to come in a line now. The GFS model pointing out close to 11.5 inches. The European model a little bit over a foot. We'll have to wait and see, but you know more snow is coming, Viv.
Oh, yeah, more snow is coming, and that cold air will be coming as well. Right now, we have temperatures just below the freezing mark in the New York City area. Lots of sunshine, but I'll tell you what, don't let that sunshine fool you, because this time of year, the minute the sun sets, that temperature drops like a rock. In fact, overnight tonight, temperatures will drop into the single digits in New York City. And WNBC's Harry Chickma explains that anything that's on the ground could freeze with black ice. Here's more on that.
Well, the winter weather just won't go away here in the New York City metropolitan area. Still reeling from the last ice storm just a few days ago. Black ice continues to be a problem on many of the side streets and almost all of the sidewalks. Many cars are still stuck in their parking spots as a result of the last ice storm. Today, about 35 degrees, but tomorrow the temperatures are expected to drop. With the wind chills, it will feel like below zero temperatures, so definitely pretty brutal outside tomorrow. And after that, if that wasn't enough, we have some snow arriving throughout the weekend into Monday. Won't be major accumulation, but definitely will be a lingering storm for any people who may have plans outdoors. I don't recommend doing that. So that is the scene here in New York City, New Jersey, and Connecticut. The community hunkering down, cold temperatures, and snow is on the way. Reporting for the Weather Channel, I'm Harry Chickma.
All right, thanks very much, Harry.
Well, we certainly appreciate that, and thank you so much for joining us here on Weather Center Live. Of course, more coverage with Alex Wilson and Dave Schwartz on what's snow is to come.
Currently in our area, 73 degrees under cloudy skies. This afternoon, windy with rain likely. High 77. Winds west-northwest at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Rainfall near a half an inch. Tonight, cloudy skies early, followed by partial clearing. Slight chance of a shower through the evening. Low. Friday, mostly cloudy and windy. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 71. Winds north-northeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
A snowstorm that will last for days in the Northeast, and it has the potential to bring more than a foot of snow to some cities. It's certainly not good news if you're one of the millions who are telling us you are sick of snow. Hey, welcome into Weather Center Live on this Thursday. I'm Alex Wilson.
I'm Dave Schwartz. Good to see you. Well, the next storm will have a different flavor than the past few storms because it's going to stick around for so long, as you said, several days. But once again, there are differences in the computer model, so we're hoping that the weaker one will verify. One thing's for sure, any snow that falls will just add insult to injury, and the injury is that we have become the tundra.
Right. Look at how much snow is already on the ground in the Northeast, or currently on the ground, over 2 feet in that light shade of pink, which encompasses much of Maine and Massachusetts, Vermont and New Hampshire, plenty of New York and northwest corner of the state of Pennsylvania. 12 to 18 inches anywhere you see that darker pink, and that goes all the way into the Midwest. The UP of Michigan, also another spot with a lot of snow on the ground. So, you know, the big questions everyone is asking: how much will I get? How much, or when will I start to see the snow? And when is the snow going to finish?
Well, it's not a matter of how much you get. It's a matter of how much the people will get.
It's the collective you. Like, how much am I going to get here in insert my town?
I see. Well, let's bring in storm specialist Carl Parker. He's got some of the answers and the reason why we keep getting wave after wave of these winter storms. Carl, help us understand this.
Well, you know, we're stuck in this pattern with this big trough in the east, and it's not really going to go away. So when does it end? You know, April, May, somewhere around there. We expect to see a lot more snow here in the next several days across the very same areas where we've had so much. And I'm going to begin with a look at the infrared satellite picture. Now, we normally use this satellite picture to show you the very cold cloud tops, and you see a little of that off the Atlantic Ocean there along the coast and then coming into the northwest. But also notice right in there where you see a lot of blue color early on today, what that is very cold ground that this satellite is actually picking up, because the ground temperatures are as cold as the cloud tops typically are. And you can also see where it was very cold with the snow cover there in the Midwest earlier this morning. So there's no shortage of cold air. It continues to be chilled by that snow cover, and now we've got some more disturbances on the way with this very persistent northwesterly flow. So we're looking at the mid-level energy. We see a little of that coming in on Sunday. That's when our snow really starts to develop. We could get some on Saturday as well. And then we're going to see more of a dip in the jet stream right in there. That's called a trough, and that's a more significant storm developing right through there, which will then move out on Tuesday. And then in the wake of that, yet another disturbance coming down into the lakes and will swing through the northeast. At the same time, a lot of the country is going to be warming up going into the early part of next week. So here is a look at what's going on with the snowfall. Saturday night, we see that coming across parts of New York State and interior New England right across the lakes. On Sunday, we find more of the same a little farther to the south. It's not going to be terribly heavy at any one time, but it's going to be going on day after day. So this is really a war of attrition. It's going to be just so much snow because it's going to happen for so many days. Monday could be a bigger day. That's when that stronger system comes in. Snowfall rates are likely to increase on Monday, and then it's all going to wind down most likely on Tuesday as the lows getting a little bit stronger and then beginning to pull away. So there's the forecast for snowfall through Sunday. Heavier amounts here with some lake enhancement coming into the central and western part of New York State. But then watch what happens going through Tuesday, and we're still looking at higher amounts across a lot of New York State and much of New England. There could be many areas that are looking at double-digit snowfall by the time we get to Tuesday. And again, not a lot of change in the pattern. There's the colder weather. We see a little bit of a break here over the weekend, gets warmer for a time across the Central Plains and Southeast, certainly. But then, looking well ahead into the middle of February, another big plunge of cold air is most likely on the way. Alex, over to you.
Thank you, Carl. Well, one thing we have seen from the last 3 winter storms is more snow equals more problems, especially in cities like Boston. Some streets have turned into battle zones, and it's a full-on parking war that's become snow frustrating for many people. Parking is a premium, and Bostonians are getting creative to claim their space.
Everyone is frustrated at this point, and there's not many options. It's you either find and pay for a garage, or you find a street spot and dig yourself out.
2 storms within 7 days. It's just slammed us, and it's basically we have nowhere to put it.
I saw a little bit of a fight today when a van was coming by, and they tried to park in a spot that a woman had shoveled out, and she had like some kind of stick that she was like waving at the van to try to get them to back away. So it definitely gets competitive.
Oh, heck yeah. Stay away from my spot. Hey, some of the coldest air of the season is rushing into the Northeast right now. So that snow, it's got virtually no chance of melting on its own. Dave has more on that relentless cold that is back in place.
Yeah, we're expecting another sub-zero low temperature at Boston's Logan Airport. We're forecasting 1 below for tomorrow. That would be the second sub-zero low we've had so far this season. You know, this morning it was like 36 degrees. There was light rain outside. Some warmer air snuck in here. Now the colder air is pouring back. The Arctic air, we're down to 21, our coldest temperature of the day, right here at the time when typically you'd have the warmest. But cold air is blowing, and the wind chills are way down there. 21 once again, 18 out there in Brookline, 15 in Pittsburgh, 13 in Buffalo, 12 in Binghamton, and the winds are northwest, so you can see what's coming. And it's dry and windy and cold here in New York City. Wow. So whatever melted and became slush today becomes hard ice tomorrow. Over that snow this morning, well, we'll get into that in a second. Toledo, 10 below. That was this morning. Saturday, cold, 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 and cold. The blue triangles indicate below average high temperatures. So, you know, this one, you probably couldn't come up with this forecast. A forecast for persistence would pretty much do the trick, which means whatever happened today is going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow,